Hi and welcome to my channel. Today we'll be making air-fried tofu katsu with Japanese curry. We'll start by toasting 1.5 cups of panko in 2 tablespoons of oil in a preheated pan on medium heat. Alternatively, you can use the same amount of butter instead of oil for more flavor. Katsu is essentially something breaded and fried. Today, we're air frying the katsu as a healthier alternative to deep frying. Pre-toasting the panko is a great way to ensure we get a crunchy texture. This is a great method if you wanted to bake the katsu as well. Overall, this will take about 10 minutes, so be patient and keep stirring. You'll start to see the panko brown as you stir. It'll be a slow start, but will gradually brown faster towards the end. Keep stirring until you get a nice golden color. Here, I'm showing how to peel and chop 3 carrots. You'll want to cut off about 1 inch at the top and 1 inch at the bottom. For the thicker ends, cut in half and then slice. I also love adding potatoes to this recipe. You can either sub out the carrots for potatoes or add 1 medium potato in addition to the carrots. If adding potatoes, peel and cut them into cubes. Try to cut into similar sized pieces so they cook evenly. The skinnier ends of carrots don't need to be cut in half. Even though they're 2 different sizes, they're still the same mass and will cook evenly. Now we're going to chop 3/4 of an onion. I'm using leftover onion I need to use up. I'll show how to chop an onion in another video. You can decrease or omit the amount of onion if you're not a big fan. This is the curry brand that I like to use. Gracefully, add the onion to a 2-quart saucepan. Don't forget to add about 2 tablespoons of oil. Give it a stir to coat everything in the oil. Cook your onion on medium heat for about 5 minutes. Once the onions are cooked to your liking, add the chopped carrots and optional potatoes and then 2 1/4 cups of water. Bring to a boil and cook for about 10 to 15 minutes. For the rice, add 1 cup to a 2-quart saucepan. Turn the heat to medium. On low heat, add 2 cups of water and bring to a simmer. Once you see little bubbles, it's time to put a lid on it and set a timer for 20 minutes. Take out one of the thicker pieces and taste to make sure it's done to your liking. Now we're going to add the curry, so remove the saucepan from the heat and break up the roux cubes like so. This makes it easier to stir it in. Stir until fully incorporated. It likes to clump like this, so make sure that you stir until well incorporated. You'll know you're done once all the clumps are gone and it's nice and thick. I really enjoy adding spinach to curry, and this is a great time because the residual heat will wilt it. Just slowly keep stirring until all the spinach has wilted down. After about a minute, this is what it looks like. Carefully remove your tofu either with knife or scissors. There will be excess liquid, so I suggest putting a rag under your cutting board. I'm using extra firm tofu, which usually doesn't have a lot of liquid, so I'm just patting it dry with a paper towel. For this size tofu block, I'm cutting it into 6 slices. The number of slices will depend on the size tofu block you're using. Just try to get them around 1 inch thick. Now let's set up the breading station with 3 bowls. In one bowl, you'll put 2 to 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. In the second bowl, you're going to crack 1 large egg. In the third bowl, add half of your toasted panko. Now whisk the egg either with a whisk or a fork. Choose one hand to be your designated dry hand and coat 1 slice of tofu on all sides. Your other hand will be your wet hand. Use to coat the slice in egg, then place in the panko. Back to your dry hand. Use to coat the slice in panko. Press down to make sure the panko sticks. Using the wet hand dry hand method helps keep your fingers cleaner. Repeat with the other tofu slices and refill your panko as needed. Air fry at 425 for 8 minutes. I really like eggs with my curry, so let's fry one up. Add 1 tablespoon of oil to a preheated pan on medium-low heat. Disperse the oil and crack the egg. Make sure to season with a little bit of salt. After about a minute or two, once the majority of the whites have set, we're going to flip it over. Turn off the stove and let the residual heat cook the remainder of the whites for the egg. Take a piece of tofu and slice into bite-sized pieces. Time to plate it up. Spoon on your desired amount of rice. Spoon on your desired amount of curry. Now place your sliced tofu. Finally, the egg if you so choose. And Bob's your uncle.